The housing market has been stuck for months, but a wave of new data suggests the slowdown may be getting worse.
Mortgage rates are climbing, builders are feeling less confident, and construction of new homes has now declined for 3 straight months.
All right, so let's bring in our chief business correspondent, Taylor Young, to talk about this. And even though builders are cutting prices, they're offering a lot of incentives. Why is that not enough to bring buyers back to the table?
Yeah, because the affordability problem is still overpowering almost everything that builders are offering buyers to get them through the door. It's just really not working. And according to new data by the U.S. Census Bureau, it shows that new construction started on single-family homes have dipped again last month, making it the 3rd straight monthly decline. Permits, which give us a sense of future construction, fell 2.4% to their lowest level in 10 months. At the same time, the National Association of Home Builders says builder confidence fell 34 in July. And for context, anything under 50 is considered negative, and it has now stayed below 40 for 15 consecutive months. That's the longest stretch since 2012. At the same time, builders are desperately trying to get people through the door. Nearly 2/3 are offering some kind of sales incentive or even slashing prices. But when the average 30-year fixed mortgage is still hovering around that 6.55%, what we're seeing is builders not comfortable signing the dotted line, even if the incentives look nice on paper.
Taylor, who's feeling the slowdown the most? Is it first-time home buyers, current homeowners, or builders?
Yeah, so it's unfortunately all three. I mean, we were just talking about the first-time buyers. I mean, they're just still facing those high monthly mortgage rates, right? That's the number that they're seeing. What am I going to pay every month? It's too high. I'm not comfortable doing that yet. Then you have your existing homeowners who are, a lot of them are staying put in their homes and choosing not to sell because they locked in a pretty low mortgage rate just a couple of years ago. And when it comes to potentially selling their homes, I mean, we're technically in a buyer's market right now. There are more sellers on the market than there are buyers. Then you just have builders, the third category, who are just kind of stuck in limbo, which is why we're seeing economists call this market really locked in or frozen and not a housing market that's crashing. I think that is the silver lining. I think we could tip one way or the other, but we are not crashing right now.
All right, Taylor, we know that Congress just passed the largest housing bill. Could that help turn things around?
I think it potentially could, just not overnight, like I think a lot of people are hoping. As we know, this bill, it really addresses supply, making the permitting process easier, cutting the red tape, preventing Wall Street-backed investors from buying up single-family homes, which we know was an issue here in Charlotte, and just encouraging more development. And I think the hope is that more supply will eventually kind of bring down the prices of homes. But, you know, builders are struggling to sell their new constructed homes right now as things are. So I think in the long run, this could eventually help lower prices. But right now, I know we say this over and over again like a broken record, but it's mortgage rates that are really kind of freezing up the market. We know the Fed is meeting in just a couple of days to talk about interest rates. I know that interest rates aren't specifically tied to mortgage rates, but they can influence it. And I think economists are anticipating mortgage rates to kind of stay put around that 6.5 mark for the remainder of the year. But just something to keep in mind, especially if you're looking for a home or you're selling a home. It's pretty tight out there.
Yeah.
Frozen's better than crash.
It is.
I'll take that any day. All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.